Welcome to the Scene Snobs podcast.
What is that? Ah, Casey.
Good evening, my friend Mick. How are you on this fine, lovely evening?
I'm much better now that I get to see you, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing very well, preparing myself for this festive holiday cheer. And I see you're all geared up here as well, ready to rock and roll and enjoy some tubular days and festivities.
You know, this is the time to really get into the spirit. You know me, I love Christmas. It's my time of year. And I love spending it with my friends like you, sir. And you know, I have a lot of traditions I like to go through. One of them is singing. Would you care to join me in a little
carols.
Tune? Here we go. Let's deck the halls with bells of holly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel. Fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. La 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us.
La 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 la.
Strike the harp and join the chorus.
Fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure. Fa la 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 la.
While I tell of Yuletide treasure.
La 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 la.
And there it is, everybody. Welcome to the Scene Snobs podcast Christmas special. Merry Mickmas to all of you and a happy Mad New Year. We are here. We are in the spirit. It is our 2-hour Christmas special. We're just so excited to have you guys here with us, joining in. We have some very special guests who are going to jump in very soon. We're terrible singers, we know, but just have fun with it. It's amazing.
It's about the spirit, by gum. And as long as you put the Holy Spirit in it, you'll feel good, I guess. I mean, that's what I've been told for 30-some-odd years.
Well, cheers to you, my friends. You are the gift in my stocking on Christmas Eve, and you are my madman, Casey Plott. Welcome.
Oh, and Merry Christmas to you, Mick. A pleasure always being able to get together for 52 shows a year, every Tuesday night. And just,
More than that.
Well, yeah, but at least those, bare minimum those. That's the important ones.
And you know what? I'm so excited to do it. This is our final live show of the year.
It is.
We're going to be able to take a break for 2 weeks and chill out.
Good timing for me because, I have to endure this happy COVID Christmas.
Yes, my friend. Just so everybody knows, Casey is quarantined. He was exposed, and but we wish him well, and we love you, my friend.
Yeah, man. Really, the only message I can send to anyone is if you think you're fine one day and you go, but I really should probably go and do that grocery shopping that I really need to do and not put that off. You should do that.
Well, you know me, man. I'll be here, and I'll be on vacation, so if we can help, we will.
I appreciate it. Yeah, just leave stuff by the door. I'll just have orders.
I can get that done for you, my friend. Instacart is a hell of a thing.
It really is. I appreciate it.
So, my friend, I'm excited to see you. And again, we have so many great fun topics planned for tonight, and we have so many great guests, and it's just going to be a great time. But we're not at Christmas yet.
I mean, days away.
We got to talk about our geek stuff. We got to open a show, give the people what they want.
Is that what the people what they want? I thought they wanted more singing.
Oh, okay. We can sing more. Or would you like me to give you just nonstop Spider-Man spoilers for them? Since you're in COVID and you're in quarantine, you can't go see it.
Yeah, no, that's terrible. If you could not do that. Like I've belittled myself to the point where I'm like, could I find a cam version and just stream that online and just be like, please, I'm chomping at the bit. I must see this movie.
We're snobs. We're not just weathermen who run around and watch anything that shows up.
I know I have to do it right because I won't be happy with myself.
I know. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. Well, we have a lot of people joining us tonight, and I want to say hi to them. And AJ's AJ, what's going on, man? Great to have you back, brother. My internet just came back up. I missed it. You will be able to catch it. It will be our singing will be in the recorded version on YouTube or any podcast platform after.
I don't think you can say you've been missing it, buddy.
That's true too. We did so much better when we practiced.
We really did. Always better in rehearsal. Always.
We were jazzing it up. We're like, yeah, this is fun. Deck the halls with bells of holly. And we were having so much fun. And then like we went live, and of course I was like, what?
Go faster or slower.
Slower or faster. I was like, I don't know. What did we say we're doing again? But it was a lot of fun. I'm confused. I thought I missed a few. Okay, no. So I did a short video before where I read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." That is completely separate. That won't even be on that's just on this. That's not on anything else. That's just for the Christmas special. I love it. What are you guys drinking? Eggnog, baby.
Water. When one is sick, one must hydrate.
That's true. You need to keep up with the water. I am going with the alcoholic version tonight because we have a very special guest in Dan, Tim, and Jason, and I need to, get drunk.
Fair.
Fred Carroll, why do I need to subject myself to your singing?
Because you don't have, Fred, unless you have carolers, we're your stand-in carolers, and you're welcome.
And that's the thing. This is a 2-hour special. That last half is just us singing all public domain Christmas songs.
All it's going to be.
And yes, that's right. Duck the Halls is public domain.
It is. As is that awkward Toyland song.
Oh my God. Should we? My first Christmas with the Snobs. Well, we are happy to have you. This is our biggest Christmas yet.
The biggest. Numero uno.
Sean, thanks for joining, my friend.
Thanks, buddy.
It is going to be a well-deserved break. And Casey needs one especially because he works his ass off on everything.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. There literally is nothing left back there, so I have to sit on a phone book to get elevation.
It's indented at this point. Yeah. I thought you said he exposed himself. Not yet. Later, Fred. Later. Sorry, we did perfect Christmas songs on Sunday. Well, we weren't there. We'll never get asked back to the perfect 10. Never again. Not after our
not as a combo.
No. I mean, Casey will get asked back. I will not.
Or it'll just be you. You're the fancy one.
No, I think it will be you. I'm the one that really ripped apart the Catholic Church for no reason when we were talking about Christmas movies.
Well, there's no reason.
That's true. You would think that the worst thing to come out of what I said wasn't me. It was the Catholic Church.
See, that's where it comes more along the way you said it versus what you said.
Very true. Well, guys, we're having a good time. We got a ton of topics planned, but please chime in. Let's have a good time and everything. So, Casey, I want to ask you, sir.
Yes.
Well, originally it was going to be, what are your plans for Christmas? But I'm going to sing outside your apartment. I think I'm just going to have to show up on Christmas and come sing carols. And if you come outside, I'm going to run away.
It's pretty awesome. And what I'll do is I'll just set up a little candle so that way you'll know in the window. And if I like it, I'll light the candle. If not,
are you going to wear like a stocking cap that hangs down and just look out the...
Step outside and go, you boy, what day is this?
Boy, what day is this? You close that window. You close it right now.
Put your face mask on, you sick bastard.
What is the matter with you, sir? Can't deal with this. Again, or it's just going to be me showing up at your house every night, and it's just one Spider-Man spoiler every night.
That'd be the worst. And then you do something really fancy with it, too, like have people come out with, like, boards and have the signs and hold the signs so each one is a couple words.
Or should I pull a Love Actually with Rick Grimes when he's holding the signs, and it's just like everyone is a Spider-Man spoiler?
Just say it's carolers. Because I'm just weeping.
Oh, I love it. Paul Dunn joined us. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to you, Paul. Thank you for joining in. So, I say we get our guests on. What do you think?
Let's do it. Let's get wild.
All right. First, but certainly not least, because he's first, is Dan Gow. Dan the Man, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, fellas?
We're having a party, and you're invited.
I love it. I got my Scene Snobs swag. I always forget right, left. I got my Merry Mickmas dry erase board back there with the chalk. I'm excited to be here and talk about all things Christmas.
Well,
right.
We love
excited to have you. Loving the Grinch hat, too.
Absolutely.
This is a gift from students. They can either have Grinch or they can have Mr. Gowl. And it depends on their behavior. And they know on any given day, the week before Christmas break, which direction the hat fits is the mood I'm in. So
Fair enough. So how much longer till you guys? Are you guys in Christmas break now? You guys
in
done?
Christmas break right now. Yeah, we started school the third week of August. Whoa. And so we got extra days and stuff, and I got a full 2 weeks living it up, man. It's stress-free, Dan the Man time right now, and it's good to be here with you guys.
Yes, sir.
It's great to be here with you, buddy. All right, next up, we're going to invite the man, the myth, the legend, the icon, Dan's brother, Mr. Tim Forbes.
Whoa! How's it going, everybody?
It's going great. How are you, buddy?
Glad to have you back.
Yeah.
And I should probably announce, since you guys are both here now, that you guys are the special guests on the Real Combat Christmas special tomorrow.
Woo!
So let's see who wins this one, brother versus brother again.
The rematch.
The rematch of the century. And then next year it's just going to be another rematch, I'm sure.
The rematch part 2.
The rematch part 2.
Ain't going to be no rematch. Ain't going to be no rematch.
All right. So let me bring on our very special guest, our friend from Three Geeks Podcast, our buddy, Mr. Jason Taylor.
Thanks, guys. Casey, I did talk to my girlfriend after we did George's show, and she is okay with us sitting on the couch feeding each other popcorn while we watch Christmas romantic comedies.
Wonderful. That's great. That's what I like to hear. That means Princess Switch 1, 2, and 3 is on.
4. I'm sure 4 is coming next year.
It's got to. Maybe we'll just plan for next year, and that'll be our other part of the Halloween special, is you and me just sitting on a couch, just tossing popcorn at each other.
Can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Well, we do have some guests that kind of showed up, and we said Paul. Hey, John, what's going on, man? Mick, stop talking to me. I will, I promise. I'll stop talking to him. But what's up? Thanks for joining in, buddy. Dan the Man. George. Mick, didn't you post if anyone had spoilers that a person would win a trip to visit Stan Lee? I did.
He did.
Nick and I would show up at their house.
But now I have the spoilers. So I'm good. Oh, now I feel like Thanos. And I'm just like,
very one-sided. You mean with a terrible idea that you're just going to convince yourself was great? Go ahead.
That was a great idea. Thanos was right.
It's still genocide.
That's fair. Sean, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining in.
I'm cybernetic gross of Christmas past today, though.
Why?
Because it's Christmas, and you guys shouldn't have gotten a snack.
I didn't get a snack.
I can't be master shaker on Christmas. I have to be cybernetic ghost of what is it? Cybernetic shoot. It's in the name, Mick. I can't remember.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but if I'm getting a snack, I'm in.
Aqua Teen special, man. Cybernetic.
Oh my God! No, that's not fair. I haven't seen that in so long.
The turkey from hundreds of years ago in the future.
Thousands,
hundreds of years ago, future. Yeah,
hundreds of years ago.
Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Chris Sales. We love you, buddy.
Merry Christmas, Sarah.
That was a good episode of Real Combat. Yes, our Sean being our patron supporter got to see Real Combat already. So thank you very much. Appreciate that.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, none. Only spoilers for
Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was weird when Jack Nicholson showed up randomly in Spider-Man.
Yeah,
nobody counted on the Joker. Nobody counted on the Joker show.
It wasn't even Willem Dafoe. It was just we've seen him, but it was Jack Nicholson. My money is on Tim. We'll see. You got it. Well, you have early access too. You're a patron as well, and so is AJ. Jason is going down in Real Combat. Yes, I have to set that up with you guys because we're going to get you guys.
AJ must be sleeping right now because he is dreaming.
Ask Tim and Dan; they know.
I'm 0-1, man. I can't talk smack. My brother is 1-0, undefeated.
Yep. Oh yeah,
true story. This is a true story.
We'll see what happens tomorrow when you guys go head to head. So, all right, gentlemen, we got lots of topics to get to tonight. We got an hour and 45 minutes left to fill, and we're singing at the end of this, so stick around for that.
I got the lyrics right here. Mick said I couldn't make up lyrics. Casey, I was going to make up lyrics. Mick said I couldn't.
It's White Christmas,
right?
That's what we're singing.
We're singing Jingle Bells.
I was told Frosty.
Well, no, Frosty is not public domain.
That is not.
Oh, come on, Frosty.
Nor is White Christmas.
Oh,
and I don't even know if in this climate I don't want to be singing White Christmas with 4 other white guys on a podcast.
Hey, it was a song from the 1940s.
Well, it depends on what you have for the after party in the back room, Mick, and then maybe we can have a White Christmas.
Ooh.
I'm just going to get to the topics.
That's where the silk sheets come into play.
All right, this is not my fault. Listen, I understand, John. I don't blame you for hunting people down for Spider-Man spoilers, but this is an important one that I think I should share that Paul is letting us know. So if you don't want to see it, cover your eyes. But Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
All right, Paul, you're the first one on the list.
And I'm telling you guys right now, anybody who's commenting along, do not comment any spoilers. It's all fun and games right now, but don't mess around with anybody who hasn't seen it. I will not tolerate this insolence. All right, first topic up for the evening, and I can't wait to get into this one. And I'm going to start with Dan on this one because I just have a feeling.
Oh no,
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Dan's I think the second oldest in this group right now. And to me, so I have a feeling like maybe he's seen some strange stuff, and that is the strangest Christmas tradition you've ever witnessed.
It's my own, and I hope I'm not stealing Tim's. Every year at our cottage, my mom, bless her, who is a very kind person, would make all of us say something nice about the person who got us the present when we would get the present. And it made Tim and I feel so awkward every single year that we just started quoting Aqua Teen Hunger Force every time we had a present. Because we had no idea. We were like, it was the most artificial thing in the world. And I love my mom to death. But it was the most artificial thing in the world. Because we were just like, it started when I was a kid, so I'm like 17, and you know what 17-year-olds are like. They're just like, give me these presents. And like, they're like, no, you have to say something kind. And you think in your head, you're like, it's easy to say something kind. In the moment, when somebody's like, you have to say something kind, you're just like, and Tim had the number one response. He went with Old Drippy from Aqua Teen. You are very kind and very well-mannered with every single gift, and it was so great. I just got to be honest, like that was among, because I was talking to my wife about it earlier. I was like, I had answers to every question you sent us, Mick. And the one I was like, I really haven't experienced anything that strange. And she's like, well, what about your mom making you say like nice things about everybody? You always were so awkward. And I'm good in the moment usually, but when it came to that, man, I was just like, I had no idea like what to really say. I was just like, oh, you're a good person. Like Tim had the best response to it every time, and that's one of the weirdest ones I've ever had.
Yeah, that one's up there. I had that one on my list as well. I think it's a great idea for a very specific family. Ours just never fit that bill. That was never our MO for Christmas. But I mean, so be it. But I mean, we survived and we made it through, and all the gifts were always great. And actually, generally very fond memories of Christmas. But that was always the one. Like, I think we only had to do it for the first set of gifts that you got.
Was it just the first set? I don't know.
Yes, but like. It was a tough first 10 minutes of Christmas.
And especially with Aunt Flo. Remember Flo had to do it?
Oh, goodness. Yes. Our great Aunt Flo.
Can I tell a story about my Aunt Flo real quick?
Oh, gosh.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so our Aunt Flo this is our great aunt. This is my grandma's twin. She is the hardest woman that I know. And I mean the hardest. She has a sign, so we go to visit her Sunday. She has a sign that says, if you're reading this, you're close enough to be my target. Like in her window. And she's like, what?
Jesus Christ.
Like
I don't
74,
know.
right?
They're in their 70s, I believe.
Yeah, like old school motorcycle mama type of woman. Okay. And her response to everything as far as a picture, a holiday, it doesn't matter. It's just this. And so she did like everything. And it like, so my mom would be like, well, Flo, you have to say something. The boys had to say something. You have to say something. And Flo would just be like, yeah. And then just open the gift. Like, it was always great. I always loved that so much.
I'm just imagining a really old woman sitting there who's just like, you're giving me a gift.
You know who her movie equivalent, the old lady that lives with Deadpool?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's her equivalent, man.
Amazing.
That is Flo. She'd be roommates with Deadpool.
I was picturing the lady from Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that works too.
That works too.
But see, Christmas was always great for Flo because we always got her a bottle of Bacardi rum, and we got her a carton of Basic cigarettes which is a brand, not Basic cigarettes, but Basic cigarettes, because she hand rolled pipe tobacco cigarettes because it's cheap.
Oh gosh, that's brutal.
So Christmas was a treat because the carton
was a holly jolly Christmas that year.
See, I wasn't even sure if that was legit, Dan, because the way you were talking about it, I just was watching Tim's face, and he was like, it looked like through his face he was screaming, "That was my favorite part." Like you finally had to say something nice about me, brother.
I felt so bad. I knew Tim probably on his list, but it was the only thing I could think of. Like, we didn't really have anything weird really ever happen during. So when I was a real young boy, we used to shoot off fireworks.
Yeah.
Does that count?
Yeah, I've seen those before. Some people.
I didn't think that was that weird because until I was about 5 or 6, we shot off fireworks. But
we never did. We lived in a bad city in the 80s. So like if you shot off fireworks, it sounded like gunshots, and that was not going to go well.
You could be in South Lansing with me where they just randomly on a Tuesday just go out and shoot a few rounds in the air.
Well, that's exciting.
Listen, they're taking out all their enemies up in heaven. That's the way it works. Jason, I'm going to go to you, man. What's a Christmas tradition that you've witnessed that has just been super strange?
See, I haven't seen any. I mean, me and they pulled from theirs, so I'm going to pull from mine too. Me and my buddies used to do Christmas every year. We'd all bring, each person would bring something, a dish, and we'd all have a family style dinner, but it was with, your friends. But we'd always have our Jewish friend would tell the birth of Christ and the Christmas story. And eventually it became a tradition of him just trying his best to see if he could offend my mom. And, he'd pull in like He-Man or M&Ms and stuff. It was always a funny, good time story. But, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I'll tell you one of my strangest traditions I was a part of. I was dating a girl. This is, 10, 11 years ago or whatever. And like her family was like super religious. And she was super into hooking up. So she was all about like, let's sneak off during the family Christmas party everywhere we could. Me being who I am was just like, well, listen, you got to go with the flow. It's Christmas. You got to give the gift of whatever they want, So I did that. But after we had gotten
reluctantly, Mick, you were reluctant.
I mean, listen, it's Jesus' birthday and whatnot. I'm trying to do it right.
You were.
As soon as that happened,
I hope you were into his gift giving as much as receiving there, Chief.
Now I'm hoping you had
not like Batman. Batman only takes; he doesn't receive.
No,
sorry. He only receives.
I'm a giver. What can I say? Especially around the holidays.
Listen. All I know
Nick
is
was making it snow.
Oh no! Come on!
Out of his penis.
Treating her poorly, and it wasn't me initiating.
Katie!
Hold on, hold on. Oh, you weren't initiating, therefore you just go, oh, it wasn't me. I wasn't. I'm only partially bad.
No, that's not even a strange part. What I'm saying is...
Oh, what's the strange part?
So we hooked up, but like I said, our family's very religious, and I didn't realize that at the family Christmas party, what they did was they would set up chairs in a circle in the living room, and like the main family sat in the chairs, and then like extended and everybody sat out. But if you were like the boyfriend or something, you sat in a chair. Yeah, that was not fun considering we just got done and went right and sat in the chairs and talked about things that we love about Jesus and not Christmas. not Christmas, about Jesus.
They see.
And, they would read from the Bible and everything like that up until about midnight. And I was just like, this is the worst thing either I've ever done or I've ever experienced. At this point, I'm thinking experienced, but not. And it actually isn't the worst thing I've ever experienced, but it was definitely a rough one, and it was strange.
Was it the sex or the circle that was strange?
A little bit of both. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair. I wish they would have made you confess your sins. That would have been, more interesting.
What have you done in the last 24 hours?
I'm sorry for my sins. Don't go in the broom closet.
Well, my confession would only have been, don't go in your broom closet. Have you seen your daughter's room this morning? I'm sorry. That was bad. I shouldn't have said that.
No, it's a great story. Come on.
I don't know if it's a tradition of any sort, but it's funny.
I know, right?
No,
I would love that tradition.
Just talk about Jesus right after sex. Could you imagine that? Now, everybody takes stock in that. And I'm just talking about on a regular day, not Christmas Eve.
Just lapse into Latin afterwards, be like, in nomine Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. Like, just turn it real horror. Like, afterwards, and be like, just double check real quick to see, like, if she has a sense of humor.
It's going to turn into Red State real fast.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Man. So, I love this.
Yeah, what's Casey's tradition?
That's
weird.
Oh, for weird traditions? I don't. The funny thing is, Mick I brought this up when I was trying to go over them. I don't have any. I don't have a single one that anyone would look at and consider weird because we don't have any real traditions. It's you wake up in the morning, you open presents. Sometimes you waited for parents to actually come out with a record, like the camcorder.
Mm-hmm.
That big monster thing. That was pretty much our tradition, was wait for that. And that was it. After that, it was just no holds barred. There was none of this, let me tell you how much we love you or things we appreciate about you. No. We didn't do any of that. We didn't have any of that. We ate, eventually we hung out in our PJs all day. There was nothing special, man. Our Christmases were pretty boring.
I feel like this is a missed opportunity by the madman to say, and then, we would pull out the, VHS camcorder and then the circle jerk would begin. And then, but
it just turned into a whole aristocrats thing. Oh yeah. So then, the kids come out and
they just get really
on stage.
As raunchy as you can with it. And they'd be like, no, I was just joking.
Just start doing snow angels in the shit right there on the carpet.
Oh my God. All right. I'm moving on to the next topic.
Next topic.
Before this
we
gets
call
any
the
darker.
aristocrats. I don't know. What's up?
I love it.
It's great.
But we're aired on TV, buddy.
Tim didn't go, though. Tim might have something that I don't.
No, I mean, you and I had the same idea as far as weird ones. Now, something that might happen later. I do believe Dan and I are the only two that chug eggnog every holiday.
We haven't prepared, so that'll be something that we might show. I mean, we don't do it specifically on Christmas Day, but whenever I go to Dan's house, I think for Christmas we generally do at least one thing eggnog. Until we read the nutritional facts on that. Never read the nutritional facts. No, don't look at new eggnog ever.
Yeah.
Basically melted ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it goes straight to your carotid artery and just loads it up.
You might
let it happen 1 year. Can
I tell one more flow story for Christmas?
Oh my goodness.
As long as it's progressive flow.
Okay, so Flo, like our great aunt, when she retired, and this is when Timmy knows this. So there was a summer that I broke cement all summer, and my neck was like 22.25 inches, and I was ripped. Like it was the same year she retired. So Christmas that year, my mom has me, and I can't make this up. My mom has me go pose with Flo out on her hot tub. So she can send the picture with me and my great aunt, and I'm buff. I got like muscles and stuff. Me and my great aunt sitting on the hot tub. And I was like, do you know how strange this is? Are you aware of how weird this is? And she sent the picture to all of Flo's like colleagues, like, oh, this is how Flo retires. She sits next to this. And I was like, so my mom,
time out. How the fuck did you not start this whole thing with that story? What are you?
It was only one Christmas.
It was only one time.
That was one time, Mick. That was one time.
It's not a tradition.
It's a tradition now. Get in the hot tub, buddy.
Get in the hot tub right now.
Oh my God.
I was like, this is so weird. I guess I'll do it, but this is so weird right now. And like, I did it.
I guess I'll do it. Like, you got me too'd by your Aunt Flo.
Great Aunt Flo.
A great aunt. Okay. Well, that makes it better. They're older and they don't understand. It's fine.
She ain't that great if she wants you in the hot tub with no shirt on. Run. Oh my God.
Anyway, that was one thing that came to mind. I was like, one Christmas that did happen. I thought that'd be perfect for that.
Actually, you know what? I did have, if I have to bring up one other tradition that we did have that was probably abnormal to everyone else, was to go out and always give the cows a new salt lick.
What is that?
That was always a fun one. That was
you know
one
what
that
a salt lick is?
nobody else who ever wasn't. What's
Talk
that?
to me like I lived in a concrete jungle, which I did.
It's a giant brick of salt, dude.
Yeah, it's just a giant red brick. It looks kind of like clay, but it's just salt. And you
First of all, Captain
cows
Flo
just
in the jacuzzi.
lick on that sumbitch.
How the hell am I supposed to know what a salt lick is?
Well, there you go. Now you know.
No, I appreciate you telling me now. Now I know. The more you know, we can get the whole thing on. But I'm going back to Dan for a second. How dare you, you indignant bastard? You don't know what a salt lick is? No.
Come on, man. It's in the name, bro.
I don't know what that, like a cow lick, like in the hair, like that's completely different from what I understand.
Well, that's totally different, yeah. Or a cow lick to the face, which is what happens when a cow licks your face.
You know, this is the TikTok like screen grabber I have to get now. You with the goddamn indignance.
I feel like there needs to be a show where it's Casey and I on either side of Mick, just giving him the business constantly.
I'm in. We'll call it the business.
There you go.
Right there.
All right. I hope to hear a lot more great Aunt Flo stories today, but
we can tell so many. Oh my God.
There are many.
It all better end with you in a hot tub. It's not a tradition. I did it one time and every story just ends in a hot tub.
Yeah, but he only did it that one time on Christmas. Every other time was a different holiday.
No. So the one time there's a photo taken. The rest of the time was done in
private. Yeah, there's no photos the other times. But
no photos the other time. I said no photos.
Oh my God.
I won't be used like this anymore, Mom.
like a Oh my God, that's awesome. I haven't thought about that in years. Mick, you're awesome. Thank you.
Jesus, I love you guys. All right. What is the best Christmas present you've ever been given? And what is the worst Christmas? We'll start with best. I want to go around the horn. I'm going to start with Casey on this one. Casey, what's the best Christmas present you've ever been given?
Love.
Oh my God, you're out. All right. Who's next?
Can you just get him out of the screen?
Definitely PS4.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
All right. That's a solid
better,
choice.
Right?
Better than love. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but what's the worst then? If the best is a PS4, what's the worst?
Love.
Love stinks.
Mick's love was the worst gift.
Love went both ways that year.
I was also the part of his tradition with the salt lick. But yeah, I was the cow that he brought it out to.
Hey, don't you say that. That's mocking Jason and Big Red.
Oh, God. You bastard. All right. Jason, you haven't talked in a while. I want to hear yours. What you got for me?
I'm just gonna I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I couldn't think of one, and then it just now hit me, and it's only because I've seen how I reacted when it was opened, that I don't think I've reacted like that ever since. And that was when I was like 4 years old and my sister got the Barbie house. I was so excited. I was all in on that Barbie house, and it wasn't even my gift. I even remember being so excited and jumping around the house, like trying to open the box. I was all in on this Barbie house.
That's awesome. That's amazing. No, because when my sister got really cool gifts, I'd be stoked too.
No, I think I wanted to play with it, Casey. I think I wanted to play with the Barbie house.
I mean, that's fair. It was fucking awesome. The Barbie house was huge.
What's the worst gift you've ever gotten? The Barbie house?
No, what was the worst gift?
That was regifted, Nick. That was one time.
Sister gave it to him the next year.
Chlamydia would be a bad one.
Knock on wood, that hasn't happened yet.
Oh my God. Oh, chlamydia.
Oh, it's when I used to get the matching clothes with my cousins. Those were the worst gifts.
Oh yeah.
Like the matching sweaters or the matching pajamas. They were all scratchy. Like the sweaters that grandma would make for everybody. Ugh. No offense, grandma. I love you. Rest in peace. But yeah. Just they were horrible.
All right.
Horrible. And I got one as recent as like 5 years ago.
Jesus Christ. What house do you live in? You're an old man now. Why are you getting matching?
Did you have to send like pictures too of yourself in them? Because that's the worst. If you have to like prove
no, they
you've
took
worn
them
it.
while we were there.
Oh, okay.
They're smart. They're smart. They know that we're going to burn them as soon as we get home.
Oh, AJ brings up a good point. We know what the worst present that Casey's ever gotten is this Christmas.
Oh.
And that's because last year AJ and his son were given the worst gift ever, and that was COVID. And we are so glad that you guys are okay, and that Casey will be too. But that has to be the worst gift.
Well, we already know what
so
Dan's
far,
worst.
if this
Christmas.
is actually COVID, yeah, this would be the worst.
Dan's worst Christmas gift was Aunt Flo in the hot tub. Is that right?
She wasn't in a bathing suit. I gotta put that part in. Flo was not in a bathing suit.
She wasn't?
No, she refused to.
What?
Next to the hot tub, and the gift was like a buff guy in a hot tub. And
Did
I was
she have
like,
clothes
this is
on?
wrong. They
She
have
had
so
clothes
many
on.
levels.
She had
clothes on,
all
right?
her clothes on?
Oh yeah, they like, dude. Timmy can vet. Flo is the male equivalent of Johnny Cash.
No.
I was picturing B. Arthur, but okay.
No,
was she
harder,
naked?
way harder. Like,
No, she was fully clothed. That's what he's
All
saying.
right, that's what I'm trying to figure this out.
No, she was saying like she just stood next to the hot tub like in a jacket, and Dan was the one that was.
Yeah,
posing
I had to be
his
in my like swim trunks.
So it's
all
not
right.
a matter of someone actually saying, "Hey, she's already in the hot tub. Why don't you just go sit on the ledge with your Aunt Flo for a funny picture?" No. You had to be placed on the hot tub, and then she was brought alongside
Just
you.
smoking next to the picture because she's
All right.
So
all
much
right.
better. So
Here's
much
where-
better.
See, Tim clears it up for us, at least.
Generally.
He's like my filter. My
every
brother
time-
serves as like a translator.
Every time Dan talked about Aunt Flo for a second there, it was like it got worse. The hole was just dug like deeper and deeper. And I'm just like, I just need Tim, the translator, to come in and be like, all right, here's what actually happened. But Tim, I need to hear did you have to take the picture? Was that your worst gift?
No, probably not. I don't
I
believe
was
so.
playing with our cousin Derek at that time. Though.
That's probably just hanging out somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's see. So best. So similar to Casey, but like a little bit more elaborate. The PS2 Christmas, as Dan will know, was a very, very good Christmas.
No.
We got the PlayStation 2, and we got Kingdom Hearts, which at the time when that game came out was a huge thing. It was all over Disney Channel. It was big, and so getting that was really exciting. Dan got some really good stuff that year too, but I think the worst gift also came in that year, oddly enough, because yes, exactly. So yes. Well, I'll tell the story. I got this one. So my mom always thought, she was like, you know what's awesome? Like, video games are cool. Like, we'll buy you some video games, but you know what's really awesome? A lot of video games versus a couple really good ones. So we got a lot of, what I'd call like games that no one's ever heard of, like bargain bin PlayStation games. We're talking the $10, $15 games. And this is like the $15 games from Walmart, right? So there was a game that my mom got that was called Stretch Panic. And so what Stretch Panic is, like, I didn't get very far in it, and I didn't really understand it. But like the main concept of the game was you would walk up to, like, you had this big hand, like, and it just kind of like rolled around, and you just kind of walked around in these 3D like environments. And then there was like these pair of legs and like a tiny head and the biggest boobs you have ever seen, like in a bikini. And the way that you defeated the enemies is by grabbing the boobs and stretching them as far as you could. As far as you could. And like in as many different ways as you could. And that's how you beat enemies in that game. My mom, watching when playing this game, was horrified.
And
she asked, who purchased that video game? And I said, Mom, you did. We had a lot of really bad PlayStation and PlayStation 2 games, for sure. A lot of great ones too. Like my dad always got us Madden. That was always great. We played a lot of that, and then there was some, we got some good ones mixed in there. Usually we had like the one that we wanted that we put really high in the list, and then after that it was $5 $10 games are better than one $50 game, and it was like, yeah, maybe.
More is always better.
That's it. That's a pretty awesome. The Maddens are always an awesome.
We had every single one. I mean, I haven't played. Dan still plays a lot. I don't play nearly as much anymore. But we had all the 2000 ones, like all the way up to the Ray Lewis one. I think is the last one I remember getting for Christmas.
And he killed the guy.
He did kill a guy. That was a great Madden, though.
That was a great Madden. My God, Tim. Listen,
I'm not lying. That is a 100% true story. The Stretch Panic story.
So if you have it, and this is the thing, if you have that game, it's worth hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, because it only sold one copy.
Tim was the only person that owned it.
And Tim Forbes has it.
Then someone found it when I threw it to Goodwill, and now that person's a millionaire.
Don't forget the daycare played it first.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's educational for the kids. It's anatomy lessons. That's how it works.
I'll tell you, I don't know what the best present I've ever gotten was. Probably sex that night at my girlfriend's house. But then the worst would probably be the Jesus talk right after. So I think everything just kind of revolves around that one instance. But I'll tell you, as a kid, my favorite gift to get was the Ghostbusters Firehouse.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
I didn't get that. My cousin got it, and it made me so mad.
Well, it's because Aunt Flo didn't want you to have it.
No, that's it. Like, she always gave me a crisp $20 bill back then.
Flo always gave great gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet she did.
I won $42 on Flo's gift this year.
You guys are envisioning. I think you're envisioning it wrong, because while Flo is a very hard woman, and the way that Dan's describing her, she's also one of the she would give you the shirt off her back. Especially us two. She really liked us. She really liked my mom. She took my mom in during a rough time of her life, and Dan stayed with her, and Dan and Flo are very close.
Well, see, I didn't want to.
In a non-dirty way, you bastard.
No, not in a
dirty way.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. No one's sullying it, Mick.
All right, no. I'm
Nick
not
was
going
thinking
there.
He was thinking. I saw it.
No, it wasn't. What I was thinking was when. This is so bad. When Tim said she would give the shirt off your back, that of course means a giving person who would do anything for somebody to help them out. And that's a wonderful thing. But I was envisioning that from Dan's point of view earlier, she was the type who would put the cigarette on your arms and then give you the shirt to cover up the cigarette burns.
Goodness, no, not at all. Not even remotely.
Wow.
She was a very kind woman. She to us.
Does anyone else have any lovely family members we'd like to sully, Mick?
There's no sullying. She would be laughing.
She'd laugh. Honestly, she'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, these fucking bastards right here. Oh my God. And then she'd keep watching.
Oh my God. Dan and Flo are very close. Tim is not helping the stories here. He has clarified a lot, though. You got to give him that. Tim is the translator.
Most days.
And the graduate. Your mom's fun. Since the graduate.
I want to thank you for inviting me on tonight's show. This has been one of the best moments I've ever had on the Scene Snobs podcast.
You just got to let Dan and Tim talk. That's all you got.
What's a highlight when Tim and I come on, because we did oh man.
Next year, Mick interviews Aunt Flo.
Oh my God, Tim! How can we make that happen?
The internet will never work there, and you can't get around the house.
We got to do this. No, Tim, we have to make this happen.
We'll talk about it later. This is Christmas. Later shows.
Focus, gentlemen.
I want that to be the tradition on the Christmas show every year.
Live looking.
Tim, tell me, Alex is just peeing herself right now, laughing. Imagining Flo on this podcast,
Okay.
What the fuck is going on right here? Jesus Christ! Is this the internet?
Next topic.
How many of these people are on here? Holy shit!
Who didn't tell us about their gifts?
I did. I talked to my wife about this Best gift. And I was gonna say the best gift I've given. Are we saying the best gift we received or given, Mick?
You can take your choice, whatever you want to do.
Well, I mean, I proposed to my wife on Christmas.
Oh God, that's like being at a game and you get on the big screen and you're.
Well, I mean, like that's.
I'm kidding.
I was really nervous and everything, but the best gift I've been given. And this is gonna be so random, but Tim already knows the answer to this. My brother already knows the answer to this. It's sitting right behind me. It's right here.
Oh, the He-Man Christmas special.
Oh yeah, man. Dude, I watched this live when I was a child.
Yep, same.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love this. I watched this non-ironically when it's not Christmas.
Well, who gives it?
This is top. If not top 10. Oh
But
my
sometimes
God.
you need Orko to remind you the spirit. I get it, man.
That's
Well,
true.
and then Skeletor teams up to overcome, and like I don't know, man. Right here, like.
All right. We got to ask now.
I bought this man a Gen 1 Optimus Prime, and his favorite gift is a $5 Meyer find at a bargain bin. I mean, I did dig for it. But
I'm a simple
Tim, he literally has like 5 or 6 things I have given him behind him. And he turned around and I'm like, oh, man. I felt really like touched for a second. Like, oh, he's going to really something I gave him
He-Man
meant that much to him? And literally the only thing I didn't give.
And when my brother got that for me, so you know what our new tradition is every year I have to watch that.
we do watch it every year.
Like,
I'm
not kidding. Like, so to bring it to a heartwarming moment here, like the fact that my brother can engage in this nostalgia for me, and he's probably just rolling his eyes the whole time any of this nostalgic stuff. But
Right
that's
here.
real Christmas right there. Is like let me let my brother pretend he can stay in 1987 permanently, so that he never has to live in 2021 ever again. Like
we never have to grow out of
that's a
that.
Christmas gift, right?
Yeah. Teleportation, time travel will be the next best.
Worst gift: soap on a rope. Soap on a rope is the worst gift you can give a human being for Christmas. And my brother and I both received it from the same person. I'm not outing people here. But let me tell you what. When you're a child, you're 6, and you get a box, and you're like, oh, I'm going to open this gift, and it's going to be the greatest gift ever.
You got it as a child?
As a child, man. It's like, oh, here's this soap. Thank you for this soap. And you have to pretend you're like gracious because you're a good young man, right? Like you have to pretend you're gracious for this soap on a rope. Oh my God. Like what, 10 years in a row, Timmy?
I don't know.
I got that too. I got the soap on the rope.
Oh.
Is this
like,
a tradition
come on, bro.
out in the Midwest that I don't know about?
Possible.
Maybe.
I mean, East Coasters, we didn't have that. We had a pack of loofahs that I got one year. That was special.
Nope. Now we're getting even weirder. I mean, maybe it's because I'm from Jersey and we just don't do that.
Well, wash yourselves?
Wash yourselves? Yeah, we're familiar.
I teed that. That's your Christmas gift, you bastard. I teed that one up for you perfectly. Said, knock it out of the park, sir.
Out of the park, man.
You know what gift we used to get a lot that I don't get anymore. That's kind of a bummer. My great grandmother always used to get us gold toe socks.
Gold toe socks.
Like half length gold toes. Those socks are so incredible.
You know, I bought those every year, right?
For great grandma. I know.
Yeah, I would go. My grandparents would send me. They'd be like, "Here is this cash. Go buy this number of socks." Got to be weird seeing a 17-year-old walking through with 19 bags of socks in the shopping cart.
The gold toes are legendary.
One at a time back then, and so it's like
the best part is
you can just put like I have 19 of those. And they're like, no, you got to skin them one at a time, and like. I felt so embarrassed. And like, you know what I really need as a 17-year-old? 19 bags of socks. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they were probably like, as they were checking out. Yeah, exactly. He's hauling down, socks. And they're like, oh, he's going to be firing some fun off. He's going to be making love to a couple buddies there.
But he's hitting on all the women he passes as he walks out. And he's just like, what's up, ladies?
What's up, ladies? You got these socks. You want a pair of socks? I got the hookup.
Like, bro, you don't even know. My Aunt Flo's got this going.
Mm-hmm. This is all warm up, ladies. This is just a 5-finger shuffle. After this, let's do some work, huh?
Like, kid, you stink, and your soap needs to stay off the side of the tub, and that's what I think of you. I'm quoting you on this, Katie.
Oh, I love you, Katie.
No, that was great. All right, we'll move on to the next topic. We're halfway through the show, and I think we're having a pretty good time.
That is pretty brutal, though. Like, I mean, were they trying to tell us all that we were stinky kids? Is that what was going on? Or we were at that point in our life? Like, because I know my daughter's reaching this point where she just doesn't want to bathe now. So maybe we were at that point.
Just fight you on it?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
She's like, do I really have to shower? I mean, I showered like 2 days ago. I'm like, that's disgusting.
I tell my kids, listen, nobody likes the stinky kid.
It's true. It's your story.
And I don't know what resonates with them, but it does. They're just like, yeah, all right. And then I'm just like, yeah. And and I also do for teeth. Nobody likes a person with yellow teeth.
Yep.
So, yeah.
True.
Hopefully it works. They brush their teeth, so it's good. All right. Here's where we're getting a little crazier.
Uh-oh.
If an alien came down right here on Earth to visit you, and you had one Christmas movie or special to show them to best explain Christmas, not your favorite. So get that Eternia shit out of here. What would you show them? And Jason, I'm going to go with you first on this one.
See, I'm about to say the Star Wars Holiday Special.
So
cancel. Jason, you are canceled.
I didn't say. I said I'm thinking Star Wars Holiday Special because it's got masturbation, it's got trying to get home to your family, it's got B. Arthur. I mean, what sums up Christmas better than those three things? But
B. Arthur does sum up Christmas for me.
Probably Christmas Vacation.
50% chunk of it.
that sounds like
That's a good
Christmas of flows.
I would say Christmas Vacation is probably the one I would show because there is nothing that symbolizes Christmas more in the sense that, you know, you deal with family, some good family, some bad family, but they're family. So they're at your house. They're kind of ruining your life, but also enhancing your life all at the same time, which only a family could do. And, you know, the tree and everything else is within the movie. So I would go with Christmas Vacation. It's probably what I would show an alien. It's not my favorite, but it's one that I would definitely share. Because we all have a cousin Eddie, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
That is true. Actually, I was just up in Jersey this past weekend. What is it? Oh, nice. Jingling. Very
Jingling.
nice. I was just up in Jersey visiting family this weekend, and I ran into one of those cousin Eddies. And I'm sitting there, and my brother-in-law is black. So we're sitting there, and now this plays into the story, so don't get all crazy on it. And
my wife's black, Nick. It's not a big deal.
No. I'm not you.
Make my best friend.
People listening. And he's just this old guy we never see. And he was sitting there, and he said something stupidly racist.
Oh man, I hate that.
Not to like offend. You know, one of those old people that just say something. They're like, yeah, you know how it is, blah blah blah, whatever, you idiots. That old type of timey thinking. And my brother and I are the only ones sitting in the room. And he looks at me and he's just like, am I the only one daydreaming? Like, I'm literally, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry to you. But we're kind of like laughing at the same time. Like, what is happening? I was like, why are we the only ones in the room for this?
It's like Twilight Zone shit when that happens, man. It's like Twilight Zone shit.
Oh my God. And yeah, it was just one of those Cousin Eddie type of moments where you're just like, he says something or does something and you're like, I can't stand this human.
Timmy, Tice is our Cousin Eddie.
Hardly.
He is our Cousin Eddie, dude.
I disagree.
Really?
Moving on.
Move on. Okay. All right. So we got Christmas Vacation. Tim, what about you? What's the movie or special you're showing the alien?
It's probably A Christmas Story for a very similar situation or things that Jason said. The decorations are there. The anticipation of the kid is there. The family like dynamic is there, especially Midwest family. Obviously, it's in Ohio where it's based. So, I mean, from a Midwest Christmas perspective, you know, the bundling up for school, all that stuff. I think that one nails it. I could go with. I won't say any more because there's two others maybe I'd bring up later, but that one definitely would be one that I'd go up. Like Christmas Vacation's a great one, but Christmas Story is another one I'd say that'd be pretty good to sum up the American Christmas experience.
Okay, all right. Case, how about you, man?
For me, I'm actually going to go with one of the Christmas carols. Now, whether it be George C. Scott's version or maybe really mess them up with the Muppet Christmas Carol. This is classic. And who doesn't love Rizzo the Rat being used to, clean off a window? That was pretty exciting. So I would say that's probably one of the ones I would use. It gives the full experience of, Christmas and what it means and seeing someone's heart change and what our hopes for the Christmas spirit truly is. And the lessons that we learn through this one time a year that we celebrate one another.
How great is
coming together and really sharing love. So hopefully that would do it. And especially, Bob Cratchit. I think showing his story alone would have some aliens really rethinking some things about who we are and the way maybe collectively we'd take care of one another.
Chris, I agree. I think that's a good modern one to show the aliens. Four Christmases.
Oh, Four Christmases? Great.
Yeah. Very.
All right.
Who does? I'm sorry. You love Four Christmases because that is brilliant. When that little baby throws up and Vince Vaughn is hurtling, it's hilarious.
Oh, I got moved.
You told me I had to be in the middle of you.
Yeah,
I just want to give you a hug, Nick. Look, everybody give Nick a hug.
Oh, big
Christmas hugs. Muppets Christmas Carol. I want to prepare the aliens to be bombarded by with Earth ghosts. Die Hard. Your mom's fun.
Oh.
All right. So Dan, before I go, I got to hear yours, man, because it's gonna be.
Oh man. Well, I can't. So you said I can't choose the He-Man?
You can choose He-Man if you want to choose He-Man.
Okay, so stick with me on this for a second.
Oh God.
Because I am choosing He-Man. Like, not only do He-Man and Skeletor team up, and that's it. The real season is about pleasing Nick. And it's about pleasing as many people as possible. And Skeletor teams up with He-Man during that special, dude. And the question is, if you really want to mess with, do you want to mess with the aliens or do you want to be honest with the aliens?
Well, no. I mean, I think the big thing here is just showing them what Christmas is.
So if it's just showing them, because if it's messing with them, I'm going Aqua Teen, of course. But like, if I want to show them the spirit of, so don't forget, like the literal spirit of Christmas is in that special. Like it's an actual spirit.
Yeah, I get that. But what I'm saying is when He-Man and Skeletor team up together, who are they pleasuring?
Me.
She-Ra?
I believe he's saying audiences want it. So therefore...
Man, no, they save the kids. They save the kids from Earth. The kids come from Earth to Eternia. Actually, you know what? I dogged on it, but you know what? Christmas special from Star Wars is similar in that, right? Like the kids come from Earth to Eternia.
That's
and
true.
They team up together to help the kids. And it's all about togetherness. And I maybe I'm just on a big.
I think Dan just confused the Christmas special with the Ewok specials. I'm pretty sure.
One now. It's just one big Christmas special.
Yes, you just did.
Oh, did I?
It's all right, man.
No.
We all black out during the Christmas special of Star Wars. Like you get Chewbacca's grandfather in that machine and then black out.
I saw it once as a kid. They re-showed it once as a kid. I'm a little too young. I was born in 1983. I saw it once as a kid in 1988. And then the second time I saw the Christmas special, my brother showed me. How did you find that, Tim?
It was on YouTube.
Was it? Okay. And
I think Disney Plus is going to bring it soon, I was told.
Yeah.
What, the holiday special?
Yeah, they're going to put it in 4K.
Who wants
that does not need to be in 4K.
Yeah. Oh, dude, come on. B. Arthur in 4K? I'm in. I'm all in, guys.
All the time.
Pump the brakes on your B. Arthur, bro.
You know, it's far better than the Star Wars Christmas special. Any Golden Girls Christmas special. And they have like 8 of them. So,
Cutting you off
with more drinking. I'll watch the Golden Girls all day before I watch Star Wars.
Will Smith and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Christmas specials were pretty tight as well.
They were tight. We haven't gotten to Christmas time. All right, I should.
We're going to hold Christmas specials because I want to know what Nick's answer is, and I have a lot of thoughts on Christmas specials. So I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm going to save that. I have a lot of Christmas special thoughts as far as TV. So Go, Mick.
Sean's hitting the nail on the head here. So we want to show aliens what Christmas is ideally about, not what humans are actually like. No, that's not true. In the second part, like we do want to show them what we can be, and I think like a Christmas special and teaching them what Christmas is and what we do around this time and our traditions is important. And my choice is Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yep.
So Charlie Brown Christmas has every aspect of it. The kid is bullied. The kid has problems. The kid goes through all of this stuff. He gets built up. He gets torn down. But by the end, it brings everyone together. And during that, Linus has one of the best monologues of all time. And I'm not saying that it has to be religious or it has to be, anything like that. But he does say this was started on the tradition of Jesus being born. And this is what we think of Jesus and what he is. He tells that whole monologue. So that way it pushes everybody towards the end to come together and support Charlie Brown rather than tear him down. And that's why, fair. If we're going to show aliens anything, it should be Charlie Brown Christmas. And also, nobody has superpowers in that.
It'd be really interesting to see what they found out, like how the aliens felt after discovering that like Christmas was a tradition that was created after like the pagan tradition of Yule, and it'd be really fascinating. So hopefully they don't read too much into history and learn anything. As long as they stay dumb.
Stop shitting on my choice. I didn't shit on your choice. I shit on Dan's choice.
Casey, you want to drop some history bombs on here? Is that what we're doing?
What's that?
History bombs? You want to throw some?
The question was about Christmas. The question, and we're talking about American Christmas, which is essentially created in the 40s.
I didn't know we were being so Amerocentric here. Where did that come from?
So what else do we show?
We're just five Americans here trying to be honest.
Santa Claus versus the devil. I'll show that right now. That was a worldwide Christmas right there. Oh wait, that's for tomorrow. That's the
Mr. Hanky's Christmas poo. That was a good Christmas.
Oh, there we go.
I'm telling you, if you show an alien a singing turd, I feel like that alien is just going to be like, let's obliterate these people.
Or they're going to be more curious, like, how do we make it sing? And then it'd be a lot more probing involved, and nobody wants more probing.
Now they'd be making us all shit to see it sing.
Oh, God. All right, we're getting into the second hour, everybody. We're going to start our other topics going on. And the next one is going to be our best lists. And I hope you guys came prepared. Because I want to start off. We're going to talk about Christmas movies, Christmas specials, and Christmas songs. Now, I want to do like a top 5 here for everybody so we can kind of keep it going. But for me, starting off with just movies first. And now it's not necessarily my favorite, but they're ones that I have to make sure I watch every year. And that's why they're on this list. And that is It's a Wonderful Life, Scrooged, White Christmas, what's the other one that I need to watch that I can't think of at the moment? It's not my fault. I blame you. I blame all of you guys.
So we're just listing them, Mick? We're just going to fire them off?
Well, no. I'm just listing mine off because then I'm moderating. So that's why I'm going that route. Then we can just kind of go on and off with everybody else. But I can't remember the other two at the moment because Dan threw me off with Shira's picture. And I'm getting a little excited. So, Tim, what do you got for me, man? Take that drink. You take that
top 5? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I mean, just throw out 5, I guess, so that way we can kind of keep going.
I really like Bad Santa. I really like The Grinch. We actually, as a group, watched The Grinch before Joe Bob last week. That was really fun. Nice. I've really started liking watching Christmas Evil a lot. I think, again, a very Midwest movie and just absolutely hilarious, like in its concept. I said White Christmas. Charlie Brown Christmas is up there too, of course. God, we watched so many of those corny ones, but I don't think there's any that are essential. Love Actually probably is up there as well. I love that movie. I know it has its problems, but I like Hugh Grant's story alone has me completely enthralled.
Yep.
So that, like those are my 5. I watch Die Hard with my father-in-law probably every year now. That one always comes up. Die Hard is my favorite movie in the world, but I do feel like it's become quite a tradition to watch that one. So those are probably like the ones that are up there. I'm more of a Christmas special guy, but as far as movies, those are the good ones.
Oh, Elf is another one for me too.
Gremlins.
Gremlins is strong. Yep. And Katie, completely. That's awesome. We should absolutely introduce the aliens to the Japanese Christmas.
I would be for that, but if the alien wants to hook up with me, I'm going to introduce him to Dan.
Hey man, why close doors? You have no idea. They could be awesome. They could be hot.
I can't captain.
Just saying, they could be hot.
I can't. In my 20s, sure. I can't do it in my 40s.
What, alien humping? You can't alien hump in your 40s?
I can't do it. I'm not Riker. I'm not Kirk. I can't do this.
Oh, come on. You got to be Riker. When the world is in doubt, be Riker.
My back is sore. I can't do it anymore. It's too many.
That's why you got to box and work out, man. Hey. Like you get to keep the back nice and loose, so that when the aliens come, you can be Riker.
Listen, my knees are barely holding together as it is. I just can't be humping aliens whenever I want.
Well, you can still lay on your back and do it. There are ways around this. All right. Well, I feel like you're just not getting invented.
Casey started out, okay.
Bro, there
are
aliens
pillows are we envisioning?
Depending on how many, like if they're tentacles, who knows what they
tentacles.
You got to be ready.
Are they really strong in their tentacles? Can they lift me up?
Hopefully. I mean, probably.
That's how I want it.
All right, maybe.
But what are now? We need to hear Jason's top 5.
Tim is like, stop talking about alien sex.
I've always wanted to have sex floating. But anyway, let's I'm not going to do my top 5. I'm just going to do 5 that I watch every year that you guys haven't mentioned yet. Just Friends is a must for me every year. The Ryan Reynolds classic. I love that movie. My daughter and I watch Merry Christmas every year from Hallmark fame. Harold and Kumar 3D, Harold and Kumar Christmas. I love it. It's the best 3D experience I ever had in the movie theater. Home Alone 2. I mentioned this on George's show. I think it's the funniest out of the two. Nice.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
It's whomever because it's the object. I just want to point that out.
Oh my goodness.
And then Bad Santa. I agree. I got to mention that twice. Billy Bob Thornton as Santa Claus is just brilliant casting.
Which one was that last one?
Bad Santa. I was just reiterating it. Even the second one. I don't mind the second one.
Doesn't exist.
Right. Oh, I haven't seen it. I won't watch it. I pretend it doesn't exist.
It's Kathy Bates plays his mom. I thought it was fun. Like, it was not as good as the first one by any stretch.
You guys ever seen when Kathy Bates gets out of the hot tub nude?
Yes.
And About Schmidt.
About Schmidt. That's a Christmas movie for Tim and I, believe it or not.
Yes, close visit to Danny Boy's house.
So About Schmidt, if you ever want to know about Tim and I's relationship with our dad,
I always know when Dan can't hear me.
What'd you say, Nick?
I said, it's called Aunt Flo's visit to Danny Boy's house.
Like, you ever want to know Tim and I's relationship with our dad? About Schmidt is what would happen if our father, Tim's father, my stepdad, had survived all of us.
Listen, I'm a stepdad. We can be fathers too.
That movie is what would happen if we had all preceded him, and we watched it with him, and I never saw him laugh so hard. And I turned to him at one point, I was like, this is kind of a not that funny. And he's like, oh, this is hilarious. And I was like, oh my God. So we would give him all of the business about Indugu and all the letters that he sends to Indugu. And Tim and I would give him the harassment, someday Indugu is the only person that's going to answer your text. And it was just that's a dark humor at the Forbes household. But that was one Christmas tradition right there, was About Schmidt.
That's so ridiculous that About Schmidt would hold so much. Who knew that a Jack Nicholson and Kathy Bates nudity scene would hold so much meaning in your lives?
It did. And we would just say people are gonna. And Tim and I would make this story about how we were actually still around and throwing paper airplanes through windows at him, so that way he heard it and
Oh my God. I'm loving every bit of this. Who didn't I ask for yet?
Casey?
Yeah, I guess I've still got to bring mine up.
Go.
So Die Hard is absolutely on that list. I'd have to put Muppets Christmas Carol. Any version of the Christmas Carol, really, every year. Muppets has just kind of been the steady flow for the last two. See, I worked Flo in there too. And then we've also got, for me right now, Princess Switch, man. Princess Switch is one of my top Christmas movies.
What is this Princess Switch?
I love it too, Casey.
It's on Netflix.
I love this movie. So first of all, Vanessa Hudgens does a fantastically mediocre job. So I'm a big fan of that. She was just above average. It was perfect.
It's the Prince and the Pauper, but with like love.
So yeah, it's basically the Prince and the Pauper, and these two characters switch spots. But more importantly, this out of all of the Christmas movies that you see all year long, where it's always about a girl finding a fucking prince, and they always wind up together, and it's like, well, hey, where's Joe Schmo who gets a princess, right? In this movie, the Joe Schmo random dude finally gets the princess.
Are you telling me that you want to be catfished by a princess?
Casey, to be fair, they break up so they can have a sequel.
Which is better because then they get together and they bring in the crazy like cousin. So it's awesome because then there's 3 of them.
Jesus Christ.
I love them too, man. I haven't watched the third one yet.
The third one's amazing.
For the Princess
it's wonderful because guess what? The third girl winds up with a dude as well.
Of course she does. And next year it's going to be, there's no switching going on this time.
I'm telling this. Why does a princess have to be with a prince in the first place? And fuck that prince.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
are we blaming the prince?
Random dude.
We're not blaming anyone. No one is blaming.
What did the prince do?
The ordinary
prince. Princess doesn't need a prince. Princess was strong enough on her own. She didn't need a prince.
Now, the real question is: has Casey seen A Night Before Christmas? And A Night meaning Knight.
Yes, I have another Vanessa Hudgens.
That's another Vanessa Hudgens.
Yes,
classic.
I've seen so much more Christmas stuff than I have apparently.
I love this. 3 of us are going to start Hallmark Christmas specials next year. We're going to chat about all of them.
Oh, I've seen a lot of them.
Katie,
plenty of them.
Katie's comment.
I will.
On the board.
Stop narrating this show.
Mick's just gonna wipe me off the side of the screen.
You haven't been kicked out yet. Both Casey and Jason have been. And if this Princess Switch stuff keeps happening.
Because it's amazing. And everyone needs to watch it if you haven't.
Word.
I almost want to because of you. But then I don't want to because it's the Princess Switch. And this name alone is making me realize I don't care.
You will. You will care because it's the one out of A Prince for Christmas, A Princess for Christmas, Coming Home a Princess, A Night for Christmas. I mean, all these different ones. This is the one that's different.
Good.
Mildly.
It's up there with Holiday and Handcuffs.
Boom.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or the 21 Dates of Christmas?
12 Dates of Christmas. I just watched that with my girlfriend.
What about Dog Walker's Christmas? That's a good that one's.
I'm out. All right, everybody.
Am I lost? What are these things you guys are saying? Mick's just leave. He's like, no.
Mick left his own Christmas special.
Just leave us go. Just continue on.
Can't do it. I can't do the Hallmark stuff. I can't.
This isn't Hallmark. It's Netflix, bro. It's even better.
It's Netflix is trying so hard to make Hallmark movies.
They don't have to try, man. They just did better.
They are produced slightly better.
Well, they do have better
no. At least with the Netflix, like you actually have celebrities in it.
What, you're saying Mario Lopez is not a celebrity?
No. Mario Lopez is a dream.
Do you guys want to hear a story about Mario Lopez?
No one wants to hear a story about Mario Lopez.
My wife. Yes.
Is it the Saved by the Bell Christmas special where they run into the homeless people in the bathroom of the mall?
It's not.
It still moves me every year.
I can tell a good Mario Lopez story.
Oh God, what's happening?
It's about Mrs. Shake.
Okay, all right. I
like
Mrs. Shake. You can talk.
My wife worked in Vegas for 3 years, and Mario Lopez was at a bar with 3 of her friends, as well as my wife. And my wife mean girled the hell out of Mario Lopez to the point where he was so despondent he left the bar.
What did she do?
Did she say like we only wear pink on Wednesdays?
No, so they were there. My wife and her friend Jessie jumped over like a rope, basically.
Jessie?
Area. Yeah, her name's Jessie.
Was she jumping over the thing saying, "I'm so excited!
I'm so excited!" So Miranda and her friends are talking to Mario Lopez, and Miranda is like Mario, my friend is the biggest fan of you. You have no idea. And she would mean the world to her. And so this other friend had no idea that it was Mario Lopez. And it is like, it would mean the world to her if you turn around and you just said hi to her. And so Mario turns around and he's like, hi. And this girl who had no idea who Mario Lopez was like, excuse me, do I know you? And he got this apparently this despondent look on his face and just left. My wife mean girled Mario Lopez.
Wow.
All right. 1,000 points to Gryffindor.
1,000 points to my wife, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Griffin, all right. No context. If I say 1,000 points to Gryffindor after you say your wife did that, that means she's in Gryffindor. Calm down, Hufflepuff.
Whoa,
he's a Ravenclaw. He's a writer.
Slytherin. Just because you have green lights
you're
on.
Ravenclaw, bro. Just pump your brakes.
Actually, you two would be Ravenclaw. You're all about like learning and shit.
Learning and shit.
School and words and shit.
What are we talking about? The Christmas specials.
Yeah, Tim is keeping us on point tonight.
Yeah,
right.
He is. Thanks, Tim.
Well, did Dan give his movies?
My students get thoroughly entertained when there's a segue.
The whole motto of this show is we specialize in the absurd. And Tim's like, God damn it, we are not going absurd in this Christmas special.
I gotta say, I
appreciate it.
I want to sit in one of Dan's school classes. I feel like that they would be absolutely entertaining.
Nobody wants that.
Dan's like, I bet Dan's like that teacher in school that's like really hip and wears a leather jacket.
Yeah,
I wear a
You're
lot
still
of
20 years older than everybody.
I wear a lot of like leather patches on my elbows.
Good man.
I love it.
And then I spend a lot of time being aloof. Like I don't care.
All right, we're watching a movie today. Wheel it in.
Also, well, because when aloof, you can play hungover real easily. It's just one and the same. Like, I would consider that, but you're stupid and go sit down.
No, Dan has got to be like a hands-on teacher. I can't see anything else.
I'm super I'm like I don't show movies, Casey. Like I did like zero movies. The kids like this is a reason, and like I don't like they do a lot of work. So they had to turn in a 5,000-word essay the day that Christmas break started. Jesus
Christ, you curmudgeon-y old bastard.
I mean, at least it was something positive, like about what, Hawthorne?
So it was on Of Mice and Men.
Oh my.
Yeah. And it was on Of Mice and Men, and I gave them 6 nonfiction articles dealing with the Great Depression.
If I was in your class and I just brought you a smothered bunny, would I just pass anyway?
Did you put it next to a swastika and an extra like upside down like star or something like that? Like, a smothered bunny, man? It's a bunny.
Yeah, but you're talking about a smothered bunny next to a swastika, bro. Are you having hate crimes, Dan? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm talking about a nice
smothering a bunny would be a hate crime.
Listen, like, Tim.
Dan's my new favorite person.
First of all, Tim, I love this guy. You are the sexiest bastard on this show right now. You give us uggos over here. Well, I mean, Dan's pretty sexy. Casey's answer is just like, go fuck yourself.
No, we've got. I'm looking at 4 very sexy men right now. It's pretty nice. Tough.
No, I get that. We are all sexy, but like Tim is like next level sexy. So I'm gonna just make him really like uncomfortable.
He's the face. He's gonna be the thumbnail of this video.
Tim, if I buy a hot tub, will you come over for Christmas?
Tim does yoga. These days, he's the one. You want him next to the hot tub.
Oh, my God.
That's right. I got his Christmas card, and I'm like, these beautiful people. I can't put this Christmas card in my house.
No, I'm not shirtless for my Christmas card.
It'd be like cooler if you were.
Tim's like this.
all Ultimate Warriored up. Just yeah,
dude, that would be amazing. Oh, I want to do that Christmas card next year.
You go for it. That's all you, buddy.
I'll do that Christmas card with you, and then we'll just like we're gonna put Tim in the middle, like just.
I'll Photoshop. Okay, Tim would not want me to say this, but there's a photo I have of my brother that I could Photoshop into that.
Probably. No, we can't do that to him.
Yes, we can. What are you talking about? We absolutely can. Stop setting your sights to low.
I like him.
Mick wants to be friends with Tim tomorrow, guys.
Yes, I do. I want to be friends with Tim tomorrow.
Yeah, Dan gets a
You
pass.
shouldn't be embarrassed about it, though. In all seriousness, he looks amazing in that picture. I
And that's from a doctor.
Does have a doctorate.
Did I mention that I make my sophomores do this 5,000-word essay as sophomore in high school?
First of all, I write professionally, and I won't write 5,000 words. I won't even write 5,000 characters. Although I am very lazy. Like, the Great American Novel is not in my future.
Tim knows the teachers I learned from.
Yeah, I know you're a better writer than I am. I'm not saying that.
Tim went to the same high school I did, obviously. And so for me, I want to be Keith Hamilton. I want to be the teachers I grew up with. And that's what they made us do when we were in high school.
No, being pushed like that's a sign of a great teacher. Now I'm done being sentimental. Let's talk about some Christmas specials.
Woo! Do it. Christmas specials.
And Tim, because you have had to endure so much in this conversation, I'm going to let you go first with your Christmas specials.
So ones that I just rewatched 2 days ago that are really, really good are the Boy Meets World Christmas specials. Are some of the best Christmas specials ever. Not only are they funny, but they have great lessons that you don't even realize you're learning as they're happening. And then you have Feeney reading the Christmas Carol in 3 of them. They keep that going throughout the entire thing. Like, you don't even notice it, but if you actually watch all of them in succinct, you're like, wow, that's a lot of continuity that they worked in there. There's just great characters, great acting. Like, that show it's still untouched in my opinion. And the Christmas specials live in that existence as well. Obviously,
Feeney is a great character to use in that position too. He's always that great conscience, that voice of reason, the lesson to be learned. So in the Christmas specials, he crushes it.
We all wanted a Feeney in our school, right?
Of course.
Let's be honest. Follow us to college and on in our lives, just to always be there.
I did not. I had a very different upbringing, I think.
I love it. I just love the one where he comes over and they all fall asleep while he reads the Christmas Carol, and that is is just absolutely legendary.
Accurate.
I watched Boy Meets World from beginning to end, and I was in the same grade every year.
That's awesome.
So I even learned, remember when Sean teaches you how to fake sign a progress report?
Yeah.
That's how I got away with signing progress reports. Sean Hunter taught me that. So I learned things from that, and I cannot think of a single Boy Meets World Christmas episode. I'm not saying they don't exist.
Oh man, there's the one where. What about the one where Sean works for the? He works for the mafia.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that, but was that a Christmas episode? I don't know.
Yeah, because Corey comes and gets him from the docks. He's like, "Hey man, you got 2," because it's based on the Two Roads poem. Dan, what's the Two Roads poem? You can
towards the version of Yellowwood and I.
Exactly. Yes. The roads.
Robert Frost.
Robert. I couldn't think of his name. I said Frost.
Yeah, Robert Frost. So that whole episode's based on that poem, and it's all about here is your moment of what you can do. You can take the easy money with the mafia.
What's the Christmas special that's like that? Where it's
that's the Boy Meets World one.
No, there's a movie where they show 2 different
Family Man.
Family Man.
Yeah,
I love that Christmas movie.
That's another. Yeah, that's a good one too. But
Nick Cage at his best.
But that is such a great example of Corey and Sean, and Sean being so easy to go on the wrong path, but having a good support system around him that prevents that from occurring. And I don't know, that was always a big message to me. But that's just one of many. But that's a great one. The one where Topanga comes over for her first Christmas, and they have to learn how to compromise and
Yep.
And Corey goes down to see his dad. Topanga wakes him up at 4 a.m. and she's like, "Don't you just want to talk?" And he's like, "No." And he's never had that happen to him before. So he goes downstairs after, and his dad's down there making a model. And he's like, "Dad, why are you down here making a model?" He's like, "Because your mom woke me up at 4 a.m. just to have a talk. And then she fell asleep and I couldn't." And it's that whole passing the torch. Yeah. Oh my God. There's so much about that whole all those episodes that are just making new traditions with your new family. so many like lessons learned. Like I could literally spend this entire time talking about Boy Meets World Christmas specials.
I mean, it's very similar because anything with a TGIF, anything that hit that block. I mean, Step by Step did a great job with their Christmas specials. Family Matters had amazing Christmas specials. Really, all of them. Everything that hit that TGIF. I agree with you. They're awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say Gilmore Girls has some great Christmas specials.
No, there's no Gilmore belt. No more.
Fine, we won't talk about the gals.
I can't do it.
They're amazing. Mick, calm your titties.
I can't do that show. See, I'm not saying that the characters.
Connecticut represent, bro, all day.
No, fuck that.
That's literally some of the best writing in television history.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I have to quit this show. It's my show.
He's gonna quit
over again.
Like remove himself again.
I can't listen. I'm not even saying like the stories aren't good. It's the way they talk. The fact that there's no period on any of their sentences. The next person picks up exactly when they are finished talking. I cannot handle it. It is.
You literally just spent an entire Christmas special talking to Dan and I, and you're telling me that people don't talk like that?
No, I'm not saying they don't talk like that. No, we're talking over each other. They are perfectly timed. They're perfectly. As soon as somebody stops talking.
Just like Kevin Williamson in the way they pick up with Dawson's Creek and the way they carry on. I think that's the way I grew up having conversations. No. So I guess
absolutely. Me too. I used to do that also.
Kevin Williams kind of did it, but he used too many big words for young people. I get it. You own a dictionary. Shut up and write screen.
Yeah, I actually had to read that like every day.
Good point, Mick.
Let's see it. I'm going to repeat what I said before. There is no Christmas special that compares to Twilight Zone's Night of the Meek. You want to talk about the best Christmas message in a show? I don't remember Night of the Meek. Which one was that? Great. I'm sorry, I missed your comment too.
I give it a 10.
Which one was Night of the Meek?
A fucking 10.
Christmas special, singing Christmas carols, same to me. Nice. Two favorite characters in Penny and Boy Meets World are Feeney and the Dad. They're both very good. Mm-hmm. Is that what a dad is like?
Yeah, I've got two Christmas specials that I really, really enjoy. And the first one, every time I watch it, I crack up. And that's the Big Bang Theory episode where Penny gives Sheldon the Leonard Nimoy napkin, and he like starts having that like seizure about having Leonard Nimoy's DNA, and then he tries to hug Penny. I find it to be one of the funniest moments on television history. But my favorite holiday special is Sam Kinison as an angel, and It's a Bountiful Life. I used to rent that from Blockbuster Video every year, and I still watch it every year. I haven't watched it yet this year, but it's coming. I can't wait. And I watch all the Friends specials and How I Met Your Mothers and Boy Meets World. Me and my daughter watch Boy Meets World all the time, and I agree with Tim. I relate to it even as an adult. That's the one thing
that's why it's so good.
That's what the spinoff lacked. It had nothing for adults, and that's something that the original show had. So, yeah, I know.
I feel like that this is the perfect setting for a Brady Christmas special.
Me and my daughter watch that every year too.
But
Christmas, like just Christmas specials in general, like doing all the decorations and the holiday spirit, like the Community Christmas specials. They do the one in the style of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
They're amazing. Yep.
Like those all have a really cool message and they're fun. And like I just love Christmas specials in general. Like I love holiday TV episodes because for whatever reason there's a little bit more oomph in them, and like the decorations are always so memorable. Same with Halloween specials when we talked about those, but it's the same idea. Like it's just there's something different about like how those hit, right?
Yep. And that's the way I felt for Scrubs. Scrubs was one of my favorite shows of all time. You could forever watch that show. And what Scrubs did for Christmas was fantastic. That's one of my more recent shows that I've enjoyed since post-puberty that I've been a fan of. So I'd say Scrubs is definitely up there for one of the better versions that they do. And also they have a really fun one where they actually take the Charlie Brown Christmas special and dub over it. So it's hilarious.
Oh, they do. Yeah, kind of. All right. I will say this to Katie. Yes, I will watch it. And I did just look it up and I do remember it, but I don't remember it well. So I should check it out. Night of the Meek.
Top 10 Twilight Zone.
Now I want to transition a little bit because we talked about Christmas specials. And I want to go into fun Christmas traditions you learned from movies and specials. Things that maybe you saw in movies. Like for me, one thing that I've always really wanted was like a big family Christmas, like everybody together, like the week of Christmas. You know what I mean? Like from Christmas Vacation. Yeah, it always seemed like there was headaches and every aspect on TV or in a Christmas special where big families were together. It always seemed like there were headaches. But at the same time, it always seemed like people were just there and it was fun and nice. What about you? What do you guys think?
I used to have those too. Like back in the day, we used to have them. It wasn't for a week, but it was for one day, my entire dad's family, like the spinoffs and the people from Italy, they would all come to town. We'd have dinner together and, unwrap Christmas presents. And then my mom used to, on a different day, have all of her family in. And now we're lucky if like 2 groups of the family show up to do stuff. And I miss that. That was awesome. I would love to do it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something now, like especially when I have kids, like I want to do it as well.
I think it's such an interesting idea. The only problem that I always see with it is like when they do those specials, especially on TV, right? Like they rent out a cabin with like 6 bedrooms, right? And like everyone can have their space and that stuff. But like Dan and I have had giant Christmases in very tiny places and like growing up, and it's tough. I mean, like to be that close and personal with people like constantly, like it can be very, very tricky. So like, I don't know. I love the concept. I love the idea of it, but the idea of actually being able to do that, like the amount of space in the house that you need without like really grating on each other after a couple days is tough.
I feel like the grating on each other is part of it. You got to just hate each other.
I don't know.
And then you have all year to just like, all right, I'll see you around. Like maybe I'll see you a day or 2 here, but I ain't, that's it. But next Christmas we'll be back.
My boss specifically said to me today, he said, I heard something that said, family are kind of like fish. After 3 days, they start to stink a little bit.
I'm somebody I like to keep to myself a lot. Like when I go to cons and stuff, I always got to like unwind for a week. So if I did a week of family, I'd need like a month off afterwards.
Oh, I agree.
I'd have to be clean the entire time because I come from a very religious family, and I wouldn't be myself, and I'd feel uncomfortable.
I would not be clean in front of me.
Yeah, no, I don't. I can't remember. I can't remember the last trip I made where I was clean. You're out of your mind. It's crazy talk. What, you expect me to be around family? You want me to be around those people who knew me as a child sober? You're out of your mind.
Cason's family would love me, considering I've been at a party where I've had sex with a woman at that Christmas party.
My parents do love you, Mick, because of what you did for my sister, my friend.
Oh, of course. I'm always, man. Happy to do it.
You could offend them all you want. They'd still love you.
I don't know, man. Like, I try to be good.
He can be pretty offensive, man.
Not really, and not anymore. And even then, it was like offensive against like people who were offensive didn't like me. You know what I mean? Some of you need soap on a rope, and it sounds like it's true. I think Dan should only have soap on a rope for Christmas for the rest of his life.
That awful like glycerin soap too, the super yellow one that's just soap.
Mrs. Shake, if you're listening, I don't care what else you get him.
Get him soap on a rope.
Get him soap on a rope.
Yeah, because at 39, bending over sucks. So getting the soap on a rope would be
it might not be too bad.
Actually, yeah, that's.
What about soap on a loofah? Like, what if you put it in the loofah on a stick, and then you can just
rub the loofah on it, and then you rub it on your body?
Boom!
Brilliant, Casey. You need to make that.
The cool thing about soap on a rope is exactly nothing. Good point.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know.
Soap on a rope inside a loofah on a stick. Different game.
Brilliant. Scene Snobs engineering right there. You guys need to make that happen.
Boom.
I do think like it's hard for me to think of a tradition that I've seen on a Christmas special that I specifically like have latched onto, but I think the most interesting thing about like the Christmas specials and stuff is that there always is some tradition, right? Like I think that's what really people try to instill from like that idea of Christmas on TV and on movies that I think is really important. It's just something, right? Like for Dan and I, we watch T-Man, right? Like, but that's just something, right? Like it could be anything, but I think the idea of, whether it be baking a pie or, hanging out with your mom, doing something specific that night or, stringing the tree with the popcorn. I don't know. It could be any of those things, but if it's something, I think that you can latch onto, I think that's really good. And I think that's kind of what people mostly get out of those. I mean, I could be wrong, but I haven't got anything specifically from TV shows, but I've gotten the concept of tradition and wanting one as part of that, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. What's that, buddy?
I will say this comment right here, Hot Tub McMachine, gives me an idea for, merch. Picture Dan and I in a hot tub together.
Only Nick and I together. You guys Office fans?
Yeah.
Yes.
I kind of want Belschnickel just so I can get spanked with a stick.
Oh my God! There's nothing you can follow that up with. There's nothing.
I dare you! I dare you to follow something.
Belschnickel?
I have
better
nothing.
than Belschnickel.
I have nothing to follow that up with. I don't know. I run a podcast, and I am at 9:36 with a half hour to go, and I've got nothing to follow.
You don't want to spank?
Well, technically, would a tradition be like leaving your kid behind when you go on vacation?
Yeah, it would be.
I hope not.
I feel like we've learned that from some series of movies that imply being home alone.
Yeah.
Home Alone.
Yeah. I hope I never do that.
That's a tradition, so I guess I got to ditch the kid.
There's like no other. There's so many Christmas things out there. You couldn't even come up with like the Christmas Switch. You couldn't even, or Princess Switch or whatever it's called, where you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna switch girlfriends from now on Christmas. Like you.
Yeah, that requires like having one, bro.
You know what? I got one. I want to kidnap Mario Lopez every year.
Then mean girl him though. You have to mean girl him afterwards.
So capture him and then belittle him.
I want him to come to me in Casey's couch parties.
Hey, couch parties could be a thing, so I'm down for this. I'm open for massive holiday couch parties.
My wife did just bring up a good point in the comments. I do believe that we started getting an advent calendar because of Bad Santa.
Nice.
Okay. Nice.
Which specific advent calendar?
We don't get the one with the Jesus story. We generally get either the one. We usually get the one from Walgreens.
Nice.
But
I did a whiskey one this year.
Advent calendars are fun though. It's always fun to open the chocolate.
Okay. You know me with my Funko Pops. I actually this year got my wife the Office Advent calendar Funko Pops.
Ooh, so jealous.
They come with like little figurines. She got a Dundee in there. A bunch of other ones that are really good. I was like, Jesus, I want these.
I want
Prison Mike.
A Prison Mike.
He has a bandana on.
So before we move to the next topic, I do want to say, because we talked about the specials, one of the most heartwarming gifts I ever received as a teacher was a signed picture of Feeney with every senior's signature on it. Nice. And that was a great gift.
Nice.
I mean, they ruined that autograph, but.
So it was on the back. It was Feeney, and then on the back was every senior signature, all 98 of them.
Oh, did Feeney sign it?
No.
Well, they signed it. He's their Feeney.
I'm their Feeney.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I was going to say, like, did he sign it and then they sullied it with their signature?
That was real touching. Like, they gave it, like, they wanted me to talk at graduation for them, and I said no, because I'm not old enough for that yet. But they signed that picture, and then they gave it to me at graduation. And that was pretty touching. I put it up in my classroom, and it's framed.
It's really sweet.
That's awesome.
All right. Who's the best teacher around? Feeney.
Not me. I'm A-. Feeney.
Mr. Turner.
Yeah.
Mr. Turner, if you're nasty.
Mr.
Here's a funny story. Since you're a Boy Meets World fan, remember, was it Harley? Harley,
yeah, he's just Harley, and he has the goons.
Harley.
Yeah. Harley, I used to know him. His name's Joe. When I moved out to Los Angeles, 2008, I think, maybe earlier. I don't even remember. I moved out there to work on a movie, and he was the director. And I'm like talking to him, and I'm script soup on it, and like we're having a good time, and we're talking, and I'm just like, I know you. Why do I know you? And he's just like, you ever watch Boy Meets World? And I'm like, yeah. Like I still don't know you. He's like, I played Harley. I'm like, ah.
And he said, hey.
Why don't you just have a series where you just tell these stories, man?
I don't know, because nobody wants to hear them, and I don't remember.
I do forever.
Dan wants to hear them. That means everyone wants to hear them.
I'll talk to you about them. Well, you know what? Another funny one is the guy who took over for Harley. Remember, they were going to fight. Nobody remembers was Adam Scott.
Yep.
And I was in the bar when he got the news that Party Down got a second season. So I'm not saying that I was there and I'm like, I'm delivering this news to you, Mr. Scott. He was just in the bar. I was in there too. We were working on different things because it was an improv bar. And yeah, they got the part. They got the second season.
That's awesome.
That's it. Just little musisms with Mick, who lives in Virginia now.
Mick, Virginia.
I'm hanging out with people I really want to hang out with. That wasn't sarcasm either. Like I meant that.
Are you sure? Because it felt a little tongue in cheek.
No, come on. I meant that.
He's like, yeah, I'm totally here where I want to be with you, second-rate fucks.
That chocolate in the advent calendar has been sitting in the warehouse since Easter.
It's true. It is true. It always tastes a little funky.
It's got that weird milk chocolatey, like little. So it might be a little have a little grit to it.
Yeah, it gets a little white.
Mm-hmm.
Not white chocolate though.
It's that like edge to it. That little like. It's got like a little looping around the edge. It's a little white, and you're like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, you
I could question it, but then after like 3 beers, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
man, you rip through those advent calendars like nothing, man. You do those in a day, right?
That's a jet. So as we're kind of winding down, I want to go to our final topic of the evening, and that is, what is your ideal Christmas? Is it like a big party, staying with family, relaxing alone, vacation? Like, what is your ideal Christmas? Where do you want to spend it? And Casey, I'm going to start with you.
Well, I can tell you the whole relaxing alone one is bullshit. I've had enough alone Christmases. They're not great. The vacation thing, I've always thought it'd be cool, but vacation would only be fun if I could guarantee that everybody I wanted to hang out with is going to be there. So really, I guess an ideal, like for me, would be getting my daughter and just running up to Connecticut to visit some family and then zipping over to Oklahoma to visit some. So it requires teleportation. So it's not actually plausible yet, but that would be the ideal. Because there's nothing better than traveling to visit family. That whole process is always a blast. I grew up, we always traveled every Christmas. So it was always a good time. So that's what I would go for.
Well, I know for me, I want to be Clark Griswold. Like when we were talking about the family being together, I want the family to come visit me. I want to be the Clark Griswold. Everybody comes to my house, does my thing. I'll go outside and go crazy for a little while and come back in and just like do whatever we got to do. And then the tree burns down and then there you go. But that's my ideal Christmas. I don't want to go anywhere. I've done the alone Christmases. I've done this, staying with family. Bring on the big Christmas party, the dinner, the hanging out, all that. So that's where I'm at. But how about you guys? Jason, what about you, man? What's your ideal?
I love seeing my family. So if any of them are watching, I love seeing you guys. It's fantastic. But the ideal part of
they
it
are not, by the way,
is Christmas afternoon when you've done all the stuff. You're home with your kids. You order some Chinese food. You guys enjoy it. Watch some Christmas movies. That's my favorite part of the holidays. I like just hanging out with my kids. This year we're introducing my girlfriend and her kids with my kids. So that's something I'm looking forward to this year.
I dig it. All right. You're
That'll be
starting
awesome,
your
bro.
own tradition. I like it. All right. I don't know who to go. I'm going with Tim first because I feel like Dan's always going to tell Tim stories.
They're very connected, if you would believe it.
I absolutely believe it. I know you two. I want to be a third brother here. Like,
man, come to Michigan. You can be Tim and I are like all about found family. We have many brothers.
I want to hang out and have Flo, and not ironically either.
We could make that a reality. We could go see her at any time, and she'd kick you out of your house in probably a couple hours.
Johnny and Clay and Henry, like we have all kinds of brothers, Mick.
I love it.
Okay. For me, I like the family thing. Big family, I can do that for a couple hours. That's cool. I like more of the immediate family type stuff, like, the more intimate Christmases. But I think obviously I like doing those and that's great. But I think my favorite time is like what Jason said. It's kind of the chill down, right? It's like once you get through everything and you just get to sit there and you kind of take a breath and, not anymore. You don't have a bunch of stuff anymore. But when you were a kid, you had a bunch of stuff. And that's the time you get to actually start, using that stuff versus just looking at it. But as you're older, it's like, oh, I can relax now. I don't have to drive anywhere. I can stay somewhere for a little bit of time, have a couple drinks, watch a movie I want to watch, whether it be He-Man Christmas or Die Hard or whatever those Christmas movies are that you want to watch. But I always like, just once you get to that wind down section, like it's really great to get through the gifts. And I love seeing people open gifts. I love getting Dan gifts and my wife and others. And that's really fun to do as well. But like, once it's all kind of done and you get to take the breath, that's my favorite part of the holidays, because it's still very together and it's still very much with your family, but it's a family without the obligation of needing to do something and kind of just doing what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. And I get it too. You know, when I say, family, I'm not going too crazy. I don't want them all there, but no.
Yeah, very specific family. We're not. It's your favorite family.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to have some rough ones in there, but like you got to be able to pick and choose. Be like, listen,
the good-meaning ones. The well-meaning family's great. It's the family that's just assholes. That's always the hard one you have to deal with.
Some of the well-meanings are going to bring one of the assholes because they're family.
Yep. True. That's the same line every time. Well, they're family.
Uncle Roger was going to be all alone for Christmas. I couldn't just leave him there.
I could.
We know you could, Mick. You brutal fuck.
Take or leave. Now, Dan is chomping at the bit, and I want to hear it because Dan is so jocular. I love to hear his answers.
Can I be real? Can I be real? Like heartfelt here?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. The only Christmas I cared about is my brother. Like I probably got family watching right now, and I'm sorry, but Timmy remembers this. After we would have Christmas, my parents would have to go back into town. My brother and I would be at the cottage by ourselves, and our job was to burn all the wrapping and stuff in the burn pit. But the Christmases where it was just my brother and I, and we could be saying nothing, FYI, it didn't matter. That mattered to me a lot over the years, and every year we kind of do the same thing. It's he and I, and that's always mattered a lot to me. And so I know he's here on the show and everything, and but seriously, that's something that even being married or having girlfriends or my family or whatever, the only thing that has ever truly been something that I've been like, okay, this needs to happen every year, my brother. He's got to be there. So that's kudos to you, Tim.
It's fair. Yeah, we don't. Dan and I don't have a lot of alone Christmases because it was usually just we were left alone together to our own devices. Generally, that was just a lot of Madden and burning stuff in pits.
Yeah, we had to make sure all the wrapping was burned, otherwise we got yelled at. So.
Yep, that's true.
Yep, same. We had the stove downstairs. I feel you.
Yep, gotta burn it. Burn it up.
Trudge through 3 foot of snow and dig out the burn pit, but yeah, we did
first with his shovel. But yeah, we burned it. We burned all the wrapping every year.
There's a tradition
experience, right?
There's a tradition for you guys.
Yeah,
just even if it's a few hours by yourselves, just hanging out as brothers. It's amazing. I love it. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for jumping on tonight. And we're kind of winding down, and I should probably mention some things. I'm sorry that you said that very heartfelt speech, Dan, and now I have to pit you two against each other on Real Combat tomorrow.
That's how it should be.
Always.
But
that's pretty indicative of our relationship.
I wanna wish you all who are, we're not finished yet. I got a little surprise left, but I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I love you guys. Thank you all for coming on. You're good friends.
Love you, Katie.
Love you, Katie. Thank you for joining in. Dr. Forbes, I love this too. Love watching random movies with my mom while my dad and I build Legos. And that's so sweet.
That's true. That does happen every year. Last year we watched Jurassic Park 2.
Nice. That's awesome. And I love Legos. I love that. All right. Well, I will say this. It's Christmas. It's the last episode of the year, live episode of the year. We will come back on January 4th, of course. Everybody join in, but we will have the New Year's special on New Year's Eve. You can watch along. It will be up on our YouTube channel for you guys to check out. We'll be doing a countdown and everything. So I appreciate you guys. Christmas is coming up. Go make sure that you have the best times of your lives, all of you. Casey, of course, I am here with you, my friend, and if you need me, You let me know with your Halloween 2 mug. I love it. But I think that I want to say, like, I lost a very dear friend this year, brother of mine, Len. His name is in the corner there. It always is. He's part of this show. And I just wanted to say, going into the new year, love you, Len. I appreciate you. Casey, why don't you sign off, and then I'm going to leave everybody with a man who has some very wise words for Christmas.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you all very much. Thank you so much for listening. It's a pleasure as always. Remember to love yourselves, take care of yourselves, and be kind to each other. I love you all very much. Love you, Len. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
You guys can stick around and watch it with us.
Yeah, it tasted fine.
Oh, my God.
I took your advice, Casey. If I vomit tonight, it's on you.
Oh, my
there
God.
You go, and I will take it.
All right, everybody.
I'll record a video for the Patreon.
Please don't.
Join in the comments if you must, because we love you and we want you a part of this.
We love you so much.
Ready? Oh, also, if anybody wants to join our Patreon, head over.
Yes.
And join our Discord. So, dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. Over the hills we go. Laughing all day. Bells on the ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride in tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle balls, jingle balls, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. I'm not doing the 4 verses that come after that.
Woo! There's more verses?
Oh, there's a lot.
There's way more verses.
I gotta pull up.
I can't keep going with that. All right, everybody. Thank you again for joining us on a Merry Mickmas Christmas special. Remember to tune in on New Year's Eve for our New Year's Eve Madman Countdown. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you guys want to join in more, head over to the scenesnobs.com. We have links to everything. Our Discord, we're building a geek community. We'd love to have you a part of it. Join our Patreon to get early access to things, monthly prize giveaways, and more. I love you guys. Merry Christmas to you and your families. We eggnog the shit out of that. I love all of you watching and listening right now. So just Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a great time. Have a happy New Year, and let's do better.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a blessed Yule.
Good evening. What is it? God bless us, everyone.
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
There we go. Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim, right here.
He's not tiny. He's taller than all of us. Well, maybe not me.
Not you.
Not me, but all of you. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. I'm the Scene Snob, Mick Manhattan. You can check out the Scene Snobs podcast live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel or all podcast platforms afterwards. Also on our YouTube channel, you can check out great shows like Real Combat, the ultimate debate show for movie lovers, mixed movie picks with new recommendations every week, Geek Fest Live every Sunday night, and new movie reviews and news all the time. Like and subscribe, then hit the notification bell so you know when all of our new episodes drop. Thank you so much to all of our amazing Patreon supporters, with whom this would not be possible. They help keep the lights on and support us in such big ways. If you would like to become a supporter on our Patreon and take advantage of all the perks like monthly giveaways, early access, and so much more, head on over to the Scene Snobs Patreon page and just sign up on one of our 2 tiers. Join our awesome community of geeks, movie lovers, and so much more, and join up on our Discord. The Scene Snobs Discord is now live, and you can head over to thescenesnobs.com for links to there and more. The Scene Snobs merch store is now open with original fun designs that are available on all different types of merch and apparel. Check out thescenesnobsmerch.com. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media accounts like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so many more. We have fun updates, topics, we talk about collectibles, and so much more on there. It's a great time. You can find all of our links to everything on thescenesnobs.com or on our link tree, which are down in the descriptions below. Thanks again, everyone. Stay tuned and stay geeky.